We're into week 6 of the Regal Draft League. Trade deadline has come and gone. Rosters are now locked in, and the race for the playoffs could not be tighter. At the top of the table, the Orlando Oshawotts, the Grumpy Pigs, and Terra Dark Tyrants are keeping pace with the EGN. But the consistency of those Chonkachus has the team always just out of reach, thanks to that massive differential. Behind them, you have a shuffling pack of teams at 3 and 2, all scrapping it out for a playoff spot, and to be ready should one of those big three slip up. Oh, with no trades this week, let's take a quick look at the pre-season power rankings and where we got things right or where we got things wrong. Just how the finalised rosters shake things up. Honestly, roster-wise, I don't think we were too far off the mark. We don't need to talk about the top 2. We were spot on. I think everyone saw that coming. These are without a doubt the top 2 teams in the league, and it's not even close. But the difference between the top of A and those in B is very, very small. There isn't a bad team amongst them. How the rosters have been piloted, which we tried to keep out of those initial tierings, has had a big impact on where they are in the league. Draco, for example, has been incredibly creative in how he's built that team every week, and it's shown in the results. Now, I will say, trades Draco made have really elevated that team in my opinion. So the Tyrants are the first team to move, thanks to roster changes. And I'm really torn between putting them at the bottom of A and the top of B. And I put them at the top of B for now. Now, A tier, I think we were pretty spot on here as well. At the beginning of the season, these were, in my opinion, the next best rosters to that S tier. I think my team turned out to be a little bit more one-dimensional than anticipated, thanks to a lack of pre-draft checks, but dropping Lucario and Ambipom to get Monkey Dory gives us another option on lead to alleviate some of that. I do, however, think we shouldn't be above the Grumpy Pigs. Quim has shown us that they are the 3rd best team in the league, and it's not just because of how Twins piloted it. The addition of Sand to that just gives people too much to prep for, I think. It's really, really hard to prep for Iron Crown, Polytoad Rain, Etar Sand, Coma O. It's insane. It's a really, really strong roster. I just don't think it quite has the all-around synergy of the Oshawotts or the EGN. Kuno, I think with the trades got stronger, and there is a debate to be had over whether they are stronger than the Woobats. But I think it's very much a difference in play styles. So, me being biased, I'm going to leave the Woobats above the Articuno. The Sceptiles, though, I do think drop down a tier. It is a really strong team, and I think adding Ludicolo was a great piece of business. Glastrier in Rain Room mode is absolutely phenomenal. I just think, as much as I hate to say it, the Delmise acquiring Tornadus made them the stronger Rain team, and the 2 teams should swap places. Now, Tyrants versus Sceptiles, which one is better? It's hard to say, and I think there's a lot more flexibility with Draco's team than there is with Charles. I just think the strength of Glastrier, Garchomp, Regieleki just puts the Sceptiles just a little bit above for me. But I wouldn't disagree if you put the Tyrants above them either. So the rest of the teams, I don't think need to change. The Storms haven't changed anything, I don't believe. And I think the table shows that they are just a little bit behind in terms of offensive power level. Ted has done incredibly well with that squad though. They're a tough out for anyone. The Buizels added more immediate offense with Metagross and another Trick Room setter in Uxie. Politoads went all in on Flygon. You could argue that because of that, the Buizels are now above the Politoads, but I think it's really, really close, and I wouldn't disagree either way. Me personally, I like the Buizels roster just a little bit more, so I'd move them up, but I don't think they go above the Dondozos. The way Evney has used that team has been incredible. I doubted Screamtail before the season started. I also doubted Amoonguss. I mean, I've been proved kind of right on the Amoonguss thing, but Screamtail has been amazing. So, yeah, I think overall, we weren't far off, and the trades I don't think have really shaken up that much. Every team has got a little bit better. I think the biggest change was the Dhelmise picking up Tornadus to really set that rain mode off, but I don't think it's quite enough to push them up to the top of A. I don't think they have the flexibility in the roster to really compete at the top of A. Let's start, as always, with the non-replay matches. At first, Super Intimidate versus Sispan, as the Grumpy Pigs take on the Santa Luna Storms. It looks like another tough week for Iron Crown, with the Storms having multiple resists to those psychic attacks. But we have seen all season long that Twimberly has been able to make use of Crown's limited coverage to play around those resists and come out on top. I think this is going to be a team effort on both sides, with no obvious standout must bring on either team. Storms may be Walking Wake, since it can perform well in both the rain from Politoed and the sun if Ted chooses to set it. Incineroar also looks like it can deal with Crown pretty well, no matter what weather is up, with Stab on Fire and Dark, both of which Crown is weak to. But with Crown having access to Focus Blast, there's a 70% chance of Incin getting one shot, and of course Crown can just tear her out of its weakness. I was expecting a super close battle here, but Twim went crazy. Rain Mode won out game 1, with Politoed of all mods getting 3 KOs, and game 2 was, well, the Crown clean sweep. Now we have the ever improving Chal versus the strangely struggling Weeds, as the East Austin Sceptiles take on the Virginia Beach Buizels. Are we going to see Chal finally get that elusive breakout win, or will Weens finally get his team clicking, storm back to where we know his skill level should have him? Looking at the rosters, how does Chal stop Trick Room? Does he stop it, or does he embrace the twisted dimensions and Skeledirge and Glastrier pile on the pressure and make the Buizels think twice about that choice. Both are a tough bring without Trick Room, but with that up, this duo could be very difficult for the Buizels to deal with. On the Buizel side, I feel like King Lu and Chandelure are going to be key pieces in this matchup. Raquanid could also be a great counter to some of what Chal has. Game 1, and Chal came screaming out of the blocks behind the bulky Firecroc, taking the game 4-1, with the Dirge getting 3 KOs. Game 2, Wings counterpunched with the Spider taking 2 KOs in a 4-2 victory, bringing us to a Game 3. A ridiculously close battle, and Raquanid again proved the difference as the Buizels edged it out 4-3 to take the match 2-1. Now we have 3 fantastic replays. Let's start with the match between 2 teams scrapping it out for a playoff spot. The Philadelphia Politoads take on the Alaskan Articuno. On paper, this seems like a matchup tailor-made for Terra Poison Landorus. With Tailwind up, it outspeeds and takes out Fluttermane, Ogerpon, Arcanine. It's quite possibly able to run through the entire Politoed roster, except Flygon, who is completely immune to Earth Power, doesn't take a great deal of damage from Sludge Bomb or Psychic, and can KO it right back with a ground move once it's terrored. That Flygon is the standout for me in this matchup for the Politoads. How can Chris position and support it to get those key KOs and free up the rest of the squad to win out? Looking at the rosters, Chris has gone Flygon mode with Orthworm. The Big Four is of course going to be there every single match, but the key is going to be positioning that Orthworm and Flygon combo so it forces out Terra and lets the likes of Fluttermane, Ogerpon come in and clean up in the endgame. But Tommy, I love seeing the Toxicroak here. That thing is a threat to a lot of what Chris has. It has lots of coverage, deceptively strong, and with Tommy's ability to bulk out just about any Pokemon you give him, I'm sure the Fighting Froggy is going to be a pain in Chris's backside. Again, you've got that tyrannical trio of Landorus, Goodra and Gouging Fire, with Ogerpon and Illumise in support. This is going to be a very close battle, I think. What are we opening up with? Arcanine Flygon for Politoads, Illumise Landorus for the Articuno. Arcanine switches out. In comes Orthworm. Charm Illumise. Okay. And a Sludge Bomb. Wow. Rock Slide. Okay. Sunny Day. What's he? Weather Ball. I love it. One shots the Orthworm. That's awesome. Another Rock Slide. Poor little bug goes down. Out comes Gouging Fire. And Fluttermane. Special attack boosting Fluttermane. Speed boosting Gouging Fire. Terra coming out from the Articuno into the Gouging Fire. Terra Water. And Terra comes out from the Politoads into the Flygon. Terra Poison. Protect on the Fluttermane. Protect on the Landorus. Flare Blitz into the Fluttermane spot. What is... and it's another Rock Slide. I'm guessing that's a banded Flygon. Fluttermane switches out into the Arcanine. Gets an Intimidate down on the Gouging Fire. It's Flare Blitz in the sun into the Arcanine slot. Now does 0 damage. Earth Power, this will not do 0 damage though. And I'm not sure the crit mattered, but deletes the Arcanine. Another Rock Slide. Whittling away that Landorus. Fluttermane returns. Flare Blitz into the Fluttermane. Not quite enough to KO. Dazzling Gleam comes out. Oh, takes out both. Oh, and it's Goodra at the back. Attack on the Flutter. Rock Slide. Misses. Heavy Slam going into the Flutter slot. Sun goes away. There we see it is a booster Fluttermane. Shadow Ball. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Rock Slide. Comparatively little. Oh, he gets the flinch. That flinch had probably won him the game. Yep. Oh, man. But if you're clicking Rock Slide that many times, you're eventually going to get a flinch. Game 2. What change-ups are we going to see? Fluttermane Ogerpon on the lead for the Politoads. Illumise Landorus for the Articuno. Follow me from the Ogerpon. There's a sunny day. Psyshock. Interesting choice of move. Sludge Bomb. Ooh, one-shots the Ogre. Didn't expect that to happen without Terra. Iron Jugulus comes out. Interesting change up from Chris. Terror from the Politoads. Into the Fluttermane. Terra Fairy. Looking for the huge damage on the Dazzling Gleam. Oh, Light Screen from Illumise is going to mitigate that though. There's the Dazzling Gleam. Light Screen up. Doesn't quite get the KO. Hyper Voice. Oh, that doesn't either. Throat Spray Iron Jugulus. Tailwind comes out from Illumise. Weather Ball from Landorus. Not enough on that Iron Jugulus though. And it goes down to Life Orb Recoil. I wonder if you should have gone into the Fluttermane with that. Now the Illumise goes down. He does still have his Terror available. There's the Goodra. And the Gouging Fire. The same exact 4 as game 1 for Tommy. Fluttermane switches out. Going to be Arcanine in the back. Oh, it's Flygon. Still does a lot of damage for a restricted hit, and he gets the burn. Goodra sets up a shelter. Good read from Tommy there. Tailwind does go up from Politoads. Breaking Swipe from Gouging Fire doesn't quite pick up the Flygon. Does get another attack drop though. There's a Hyper Voice. Not really doing much to either Pokemon. Breaking Swipe from Flygon. Heavy Slam doesn't pick up the Jugulus. Sun goes away, but booster energies activate. Gouging Fire protects. Hyper Voice and Breaking Swipe. Neither really doing a lot to this Goodra. That sets off, that gets off a Life Dew. Almost back to full health. Flygon goes down to burn. Ooh, the Light Screen wears off though. Not sure the Fluttermane can KO Goodra in one shot. Probably will one shot a Gouging Fire. Here we go, Dazzling Gleam. Nah, not enough. Moonblast there probably would have taken out the Gouging Fire. Flare Blitz though does KO Fluttermane. Heavy Slam finishes off the Iron Jugulus. We are going to a game 3. Here it is, folks. In Jugular's Ogerpon. Once again, it's Ilamise Landorus. Spiky Shield from the Ogerpon. Charm into her. Tailwind goes up. Sludge Bomb into the Ogerpon slot. Got free Tailwind for the Politoads. Almost forcing Tommy's hand now. Terror from the Politoads. Oh, going for the big damage on the Ogerpon. Also removing its poison weakness. Landorus protects though. Tailwind from Ilamise. Slash into the protect. Heavy Cudgel also into the protect. Charm once again, this time not into a Spiky Shield. Slash into the Landorus. Sludge Bomb. It does about 40%. Ivy Cudgel though, going to remove the Lando. Out comes Goodra. Ogerpon switches out, resetting those stat drops. Here comes Flygon. Light screen goes up. Air slash into the little bug. So the light screen not doing quite half. Shelter. Getting those defensives up. Tailwind peters out. Terror from the Articunos. You have to believe this is going straight into Goodra. And it is. Terror Water. Another charm from Ilamise. Into the Flygon this time. And another shelter from Goodra. Regulus resets up the Tailwind. Quake from the Flygon. Not very effective on either mon. And Jugular switches out into Ogerpon. Flygon switches out into Fluttermane. Tailwind goes up. Body press +4. Ooh, I was expecting that to do more. Thanks to the lefties, Goodra is now back at full health. Ilamise switches out. Keeping the Prankster support for later. Here comes the Gouging Fire. Dangerous to send it out in front of a Fluttermane, but we saw in game 2, with the light screen up, Dazzling Gleam not going to be enough. Without the Terra Fairy. Oh, he's gone Horn Leech into the Sap Sipper. Big damage on this heavy slam now. Super effective. Fluttermane goes bye-bye. Now, unless that Ogerpon's got some coverage. No. I think we've seen all 4 of Ogerpon's moves. It can't hit that Goodra at all, really. Flygon returns. Ogerpon switches out. Jugulus comes back. There's a burning bulwark. Earthquake from the Flygon. Heavy slam into the Iron Jugulus. Not quite enough to pick up the KO. Breaking swipe finishes off the Jugulus. Does a lot of damage to that Flygon. Body press. Finishes off the Flygon. It's now Ogerpon versus the world. Elwyn peters out, but the gouging fire should still be faster. With the Goodra at +4 defense. Breaking swipe takes that down to a -1. Heavy cudgel will probably finish the gouging fire. He went into the Goodra. Not very effective. A -1. It's a crit through the stat drops. But body press is enough. Finish it off. Fantastic match. Absolutely fantastic match. Finally, we have the battle of two high-flying newcomers. Kala and the EGN defending that top spot versus Draco and the Terra Dark Tyrants. Can Draco's creative team building find a way around that oppressive bear? Halflame and Thwacky can probably take it out, but without stopping Trick Room, that's going to be double Grassy Glide spam. Will that be enough? Can they commit that amount of resources to stopping one Pokemon, with the prospect of Charizard and or Raging Bolt in the back? Is there a surprise that Kali pulls this week? Or will it be that same 5+1 other approach that's worked all season long? Cress, Luna, Sableye, Zard, Bolt, plus a matchup dependent 6th has been incredible so far. Why change it? On to the lineups. And we do see Ogerpon Thwacky. I think that was fairly obvious. Sneasler plus Iron Boulder also was a fairly obvious bring in my opinion. Then we have the two ghosties, Rifflim and Spiritomb. On Kala's side, we do see a bit of a change up here. We have that 4 that I'm pretty sure have come to every single match. Sableye, Crest, Luna, Raging Bolt. But then we have the Tinkerton and Arbok. Intimidate cycling is going to be pretty useful against Draco squad. I'm surprised at the Tinkerton though. I wonder what that is for. It does have a pretty damn good support toolkit. So let's dive in and see. Arbok Sableye on the lead. And Boulder Spiritomb. Draco. There's the Intimidate. Booster speed on the Iron Boulder. Arbok's model looks awesome in this game. Ooh, Boulder switches out. We'll go in that speed boost. Comes Ogerpon. Reflect from the Sableye. Foil from the Arbok. Oh my god. Taunt comes out into the Sableye. Little Prankster Demon shut down. Terra coming out from Kala. Oh, no, sorry, from Draco. Into the Ogerpon. +1 attack. Terra boosted Ivy Cudgel into the Arbok, and it lives. It eats it like a champ. Dunk Shot comes out and almost one-shots the Ogerpon. It's some poison too. Sableye, thanks to that taunt, is now struggling. Dark Pulse finishes off the Arbok. The poison finishes off the Ogerpon. Terra down. Big threat down. Back comes Boulder. There's the bear. Sableye finally switches out. Into Cresselia. from Kala into Ursaluna. Poison. Substitute from Boulder. There's the earthquake. Breaks the sub on the Boulder, which you'd expect, to be honest. Skill swap. Ooh, it was bulletproof bear. Ally switch. Mighty cleave. Doesn't do a great deal to that crest. Belly drum. Oh my god. That dart pulse did a lot more damage than I was expecting. But this Ursaluna is now a very big problem. There's another substitute. Luna Blessing. Max attack earthquake. Yeah. Infiltrator came back to bite Draco in the butt. Just Sneasler remaining. Psychic Cress is enough to finish the job. Wow. I did not see Belly Drum Ursaluna coming. What do you do against that thing? Game 2. What does Draco have up his sleeve? Arbok Tinkerton this time. Spiritomb Ogerpon. Couple Mold Breakers. Here's the Intimidate. Faint. Expecting to protect, but no protect, just an Ivy Cudgel. Ooh, it lived. There's the Gunk Shot. This time is going to be enough. %, of the time, hits every time. Taunt preventing that coil setup. Speed boosting Iron Boulder hits the field. Arbok switches out. Shedding that taunt. Out comes Cresselia. Another substitute from the Boulder. Bulldoze. Wait. Oh, Mold Breaker. But it breaks the sub on and Boulder. Dark Pulse comes out. Huh. I'm surprised that went into the Tinkerton. Cresselia switches out. Get rid of that speed drop. Comes the Arbok. Gets an Intimidate down. Well, combat finishes off the Tinkerton. Arbok gets taunted once again. Here comes the bear. All the switches, getting rid of those defense drops. Out comes the Twinkling Star Driflim. Out goes Arbok. In comes Cresselia. Revolving Door of Pokemon. Terra into the Ursaluna. Putting that warning hat on. Don't mess with me, I am toxic. Earthquake doesn't affect Driflim or Cresselia. And we know it doesn't do a great deal of damage to the Spiritomb that fires off another taunt. Terra coming out from the Tyrants to Driflim. Terra, oh no. Driflim about to go boom. With a helping hand from Spiritomb. I switch. Yep. Normal gem boosted. Ooh. Didn't KO anything. Holy smokes. Ice Punch still doesn't quite do a great deal to Spiritomb. Leftovers on Cress. I'm shocked. I know Cresselia's bulky, but Ursaluna living that explosion with all of those multipliers on it. Ursaluna switches out. In comes Arbok. Intimidates down once again. Another helping hand from the Spiritomb. To a mighty cleave. Crits and deletes the Arbok. Delia heals itself up with a Lunar Blessing. Back comes Ursaluna. Helping hand. Ally switch. Mighty Cleave. Oh, he read the switch. But it's not enough. That Ursaluna's got some bulk. Wow. That is insane. Absolutely insane.